Let's head across to my colleague Snehi, who's standing by to tell us about the trends that we've seen in the Tata Group of companies when you talk about the FMCG space. Snehi, over to you.
Well, absolutely. So we're all remembering the titan Ratan Tata today, and his contribution when it comes to the FMCG sector amid the Tata Group of companies has been immense. Let's break it down and let's take these products one by one and take a look at what his contribution has been towards the entire FMCG space. First up, let's talk about one of the biggest acquisitions of its times back then, and I'm talking about the acquisition of Tetley. Now, Tetley was a tea company, the biggest one in Canada and second in USA and UK, and they were looking for a buyer in India, and Tata's tea and coffee segment was not doing very well at the time. So Ratan Tata went ahead and acquired Tetley, that after later became known as Tata Tetley, for $450 million. And now this company has grown 3 times the size of Tata Tea. So it in fact has been a very substantial acquisition. And remember, this was also a very brave move, very adventurous move going back in time, because acquisitions of this scale were not very common at the time. And let's also talk about some recent moves then, and let's talk about the next big entry that happened in India in the beverages space. And now I'm shifting focus from tea to coffee. Let's talk about Starbucks, because Starbucks came in India via the Tata Group of companies with a joint venture in the year 2012, and it was known as Tata Global back then, but now at present it has more than 200 stores across 15 cities in India. Let's talk about Big Basket now, because that is also another good venture by the Tata Group of companies. It was India's first online grocery platform that was started in 2011, and Tata acquired a 64% stake in Big Basket in 2021. And this Big Basket has also recently tied up with Croma, which is, mind you, yet another Tata company for the quick delivery of electronics, and the likes of iPhone 16 are also being delivered on Big Basket in or under 10 minutes. Let's also shift focus and talk about Tanishq now, because Tanishq was first launched as a division of Titan, and in 1998 this was a watch and accessories brand, and they also launched Fast Track back then. In 2004, Tanishq tied up with Moet Hennessy's LV watches to service these watches via its customer care centers in India, and in 2014 it also tied up with Mont Blanc and a JV for its retail presence in India via the Tata Group of companies. So that's largely about Tanishq, but let's also quickly shift focus and talk about Titan, because Titan started its operations in 1984, slightly before Ratan Tata became the chairman of the Tata Group. At present, it has more than 8,500 employees with more than 3,000 retail stores across India. So every brand that Ratan Tata has touched or introduced in the FMCG space amongst the Tata Group of companies has turned into gold, and it could easily be said that Ratan Tata has the Midas touch, or in fact had the Midas touch when it came to the FMCG space.
Okay, thanks so much for that.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits, and then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.